Okay, hello Hannah. We're just going to discuss the last session you took, the tennis session. Do you want to give us a little rundown of the group that you did the session with and the main objectives that you had for the session?
Yep, years I went through who I had in the class were from year 7 to year 9s. The main objectives were clear ready positions and clear positions, so knowing where each of the students know where they need to be positioned and where to be and playing the ball, obviously striking as well.
Very good. As far as your planning went, was the plan suitable for the session you delivered, or did you need to make changes?
There's a few minor changes I made just for some of the students who were finding it a little bit more difficult, and then from that onwards, but after they'd done that, they were completely fine off playing.
Okay, great. As far as managing the session, did you have any behaviour problems or issues in the session?
One or two, but they're very, very minor behaviour positions. They were just to do with two students who were not getting on playing with each other. That was the only two, but they're very, really minor.
What might you do next time to maybe manage that situation?
What I should have done is I should have moved this. I knew these two students. First of all, they wanted to play with each other, and I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna see how they go. Next time, I won't give them the chance. I'll move them on. I'll pair them in different partners.
Okay, great. As far as students getting the learning objective, you felt they accessed it well?
Yes, they accessed it all well, very well.
Okay. As far as what you're going to be looking to do for the next session, how are you going to move on from what they learned this session?
To progress and high aims. Some of the less able students did achieve. All students achieved the aims and objectives. There's a few that struggled at the start. There's a few that are still kind of unsure. So next time I will use markings for the less able ones that are struggling to adapt to the learning objectives, and for the more able, I will get them into a game situation of moving them into a larger court.
Okay, so for the ones with when you say markings, how are you going to use the markings?
The markings I would use for them in the court position, so they know it, put it in the middle of the court where they should be positioned once they've hit the ball back to their opponents, and they're knowing they have to go back to that place after they've finished. And
for the more able students, why are you going to increase the size of the court?
Because then they've got to think about how strong their shot is going to be. So there's obviously a bigger court, and they've got to know how much area of the court they need to cover by playing.
Great. Okay, as far as because it was a good session, what do you think your strengths were in this session?
Being loud, confident, having clear demonstrations to all students. All students followed and understood my demonstrations. No one was unsure of anything. Yeah,
and maybe for next time, what are you going to maybe look at improving?
Walking around, basically letting the students know I'm there. So having good court awareness, walking around, making sure all students are following and achieving targets.
Okay, great. And so what would be the main change in the activities that will occur in the next session, the following up session next week?
For the less able ones, I'd see how they are, and maybe move them up to what the more able ones were doing if they were improving. If they still were a bit unsure, then I'll obviously adapt my lesson further so they help them improve. For the more able ones, I'd get them to play in like a proper tennis game situation.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Okay.